campaign today, for the primary reason that there was an update in the past week or so, and basically what that update did is, unfortunately, when I tried to load up our Florida playthrough before going live today, we were having issues. Well, I was having issues with getting the save file to load up for everyone. So yeah, I just figured I'd start up a different campaign, similar in style, but we won't have to deal with banning slavery at the beginning of the campaign because that's already going to be enacted. I have done this campaign before, and I just wanted to try it under the conditions of the new update. So yeah, let's get started. Um, to do this, we go over to new campaign. I don't know what we want to do, whether it's like necessarily matters which one we do. We could do this one, and it would be kind of easy. Um, what we'll do, we will. Okay, we're gonna we're gonna load up a Mexico game, right? And we're gonna release California as fully independent, and then we're gonna not necessarily swear loyalty to any one nation or another. We'll see how the game pans out. But yeah, as you can see, it's on a different version, so unfortunately that save file is corrupted. So do an underscore California. Okay, just to know, so I'm not keep it track. But yeah, anyway, so I wanted to get a live going for everyone the other day, but I just wanted to spend time with family, so I queued up some videos to go live. I think one was going live today around 7:30. I didn't check if it actually wound up working, the thing I queued up, but I think it should work, so that's good. Let me just double check that it's not picking up my video I'm watching in the background on the video encoder OBS I'm using. No, it's not, so that's good. Okay, cool. Yeah, because I have something opened in picture from YouTube on basically just watching it on top of the. Oh, issues. Okay, we're gonna reload that save. Let me load up the game again. Okay, so let me load this up. Just giving a stupid warning about Steam Cloud. Um, Let me see something. I might go grab a drink while this game loads up. Gonna grab a Martinelli's cider. So give me a minute and I'll be right back. Gonna mute my mic real quick. Tab over to the encoder. Give me a minute. All right, everyone, I'm back. Let's see what we're having issues with the game. We might end up changing the game we play. Odds are I'll probably cut this section out. It's seeming that YouTube is not receiving enough video. Oh, that's just because the game isn't on the input, or well, the game isn't like loaded up. So let me do that. Load that up. That's probably because I tabbed out realistically. So so what I'm thinking, our first bet, we start as California. Start with about, I think, 15,000 pop. I think a lot of them aren't accepted pops as as default. So what we'll do first, try and work on jobs and pop acceptance by like getting I think it starts I don't remember the starting conditions on California exactly, but right now I'm just trying to think what we want to do when it comes to what factory we're going to build first. I'm thinking in order to build the fertilizer farms, we'll probably need, it'll require tools and iron and sulfur. So that's already three jobs right there. We could do that first. And if we do that, huh? I think we're gonna go university, then to um, we're gonna do a university, a ranch, and a wheat farm as our first two as our first few buildings. So yeah, that's what our plan will be. Okay, here. So it's loading up. Sorry about that. Just popping up in my drink. Give me a minute. All right, cool. So I'm having Martinelli's. Should be good to go with some Victorian shit. Cider. Do 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 do. So follow me, lads. Do 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 do. What the fuck? Why can't I? Oh yeah, duh. In that case, that's fine. I'm just gonna. I don't really care what happens to Mexico. So in this scenario, just so we can release it at the start date, I'm gonna immediately capitulate. Yeah, that's fine. And then what we're gonna do, release the nation we're gonna play as. I think we're gonna do this one rather than subject. But yeah. Okay, cool. So let's decide first what we're gonna do. Right. So lathes will get us. Is this okay? So we need lathes to build mechanical tools, and for that, what that does. Okay, but for now, we're gonna work on. I think our first thing is gonna be to build a. Okay, I got an idea. We're currently positive on income, correct? So, I'm gonna let this stuff up here adapt to the current scenario. So let's see what it does. Okay, so we have 60,000 pop, mostly loyalists apparently. Who knows what that'll change to once it adjusts, but right now our GDP is practically nothing. But California, the good thing about it, you can get it to be one of the most powerful countries mid to late game. Because here you don't see a. I don't know if you can see it or if it shows necessarily, or if it just shows this for all states. Let's see one that I know doesn't have anything. Okay, so it just shows that for every state. Um, but California actually does have oil and gold, and it has um, sulfur and iron. So whenever we finish researching this, move our way down to improve fertilizer and then nitrogen fixation. What this does, here, let me show you. Okay, so this uses iron, sulfur, and coal, and we'll have all three of those naturally occurring in our home territory. Um, so, first goal to, because right now I don't think any of our uh, citizens are technically qualified for many jobs at all. Um, we're going to build a university and create an import route for paper. And to fund the university, even though it's not that much, we will import paper from the British market. Luckily, we don't have to have a port, so we have a border with them. Now, we have enough, let's see. We'll do that so we can get a relation with the US. Um, okay. So what are our current needs? So this takes farmers and laborers, mostly laborers. This takes farmers and laborers, mostly laborers, and okay. I'm just trying to see which one, if we really need to build the university. I know we will later, so we're gonna build it either way. Um, okay. We're gonna try and obtain multiple guarantees of independence because I don't want to be subject to anyone right now. So I'm just trying to see who has relations to us. Okay, so we can improve with Russia, possibly get a guarantee from them, and maybe the US or Britain. But until then, we will improve with the Canadian formers. I mean, the ones who can form Canada. Sorry, not super clear. Um, and yeah, till then, we're gonna let the game run. And yeah, okay, cool. Here we go. Let this build. Let's see what we can do. This is in Sacramento, right? So alternatively, if we didn't want to import paper, we could actually let's see what we can do with our we're gonna enable landed voting just to have some sort form of voting. We'll see when we want to improve that, but for now it's gonna be landed just because that's all we can do. And I don't even know if I necessarily want to have it super. Well, the good thing about I think if you have census, it does the census make it? I thought census made it. I thought one of these two made it more likely to receive immigrants. I don't know though. But for now, okay, per capita later on. I'm trying to see what all these are, but they're like popping up so fast. We don't really want any anti-country lobbies. We want to have good relations with everyone as much as we can, but that's fine. We're not going to grant anyone investment rights unless we can get mutually. I did that in a campaign I was playing as Texas over the weekend um, on a Steam Deck, and essentially it's okay, but if you do that, you're gonna lose control over what gets built in your territory, which is fine as a larger nation like the U.S., where you have vast quantities of land, where you don't really care what's built in where. But if you're playing a smaller nation with one province, and especially if it's ag or an ag heavy country, where your primary resource is your arable land, really, you're not gonna want to do that because they'll build stupid stuff you don't want. Like, yeah. Anyway, I'm thinking we're gonna do 100, and then either 100 or 50-50. I haven't decided yet though. But for now, I'm just trying to get employment for our people, and so right now we have one clerk. Okay, so what do we have in order? Guard two. Okay, so what do we need for our university? Okay, so let's see. This is going up, so that's good. We want to really get employment and pricing up. We don't really, our local prices don't really matter because it's all the same for our market. One state unit or one state nation for now. So uh, okay. Right now, what do we need? We may want to just focus on something that would be highly profitable and needed in export. Sorry. Um, so what that would be likely is rather than this and this. Hmm, I don't know because if we if we use the livestock ranches for our, well, no, that we don't need the cotton plantations because if we get this up to 100, this will be producing 500 at base level of production methods. So yeah, we're fine on that. We don't need whaling anyway. So even if we did have it, like eventually, if we got this, we would have enough meat production in California in the state in order to provide our citizens what we need. Take a sip of my drink. Let me just check on the stream. Right now, I loaned my well, so I use a Roku for my monitor, Roku TV, and for my second monitor. So I can only have one window pulled up right now simultaneously because I have family visiting and I loaned him the TV for his room for now. So let's just see if this is working right. Okay, cool. It's audio's working. That's all I want to check. All right, cool, awesome. So let's see harvest conditions. I want to see something because our main goal in this campaign is going to be to beef up a massive ag economy. So if we export grain to Alberta, once we actually no, that's going to be better. Moderate rainfall, so that improves that. Where do we need? Let's see. Where's there? Well, actually, I forget you can check famine conditions in on a map or in trade mode, trade map mode, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so fabric and timber and furniture are main export goods potentially. Yeah, it's probably not that accurate because we don't produce much at all right now. And well, we don't have a port, so we have this and this as we can export to. But yeah, okay. We're gonna enable intensive agriculture for research, and then after once the university is built, we're gonna build a farm and a ranch, and from there we'll see. But we're likely gonna work our way down to postal savings or modern sewages for the infrastructure for pop. Or to improve the ranches, we could go on field works, and this will also give us defense if we get into a war. So I think we're gonna do that because this is gonna research on its own from spreading research. So yeah, that's good. Okay, let's see something. All right, so what is the most likely thing to produce? Do we need? Let me queue up this. Actually, that's gonna have less of a benefit for our GDP. So we're gonna build the grain farm first. This would be highly profitable for our citizens. 3.1 wages a day on average. This would be 3.0. And what would this be? 3.1, 1.3, 1.8. Okay, we're going to work on our grain farms for feeding our citizens. and our cattle ranch will cube that up after. And then from there, we're gonna build probably one of these for profitability's sake. But I don't know if we'll do that. We may end up building a tooling workshop. It is like immensely foggy where I live right now. Um, I'm gonna go close my window because literally a fucking freezing fog blowing in my room. Okay, so let's see. Um, it's kind of surprising Texas's average annual. Oh, that's because they have slaves, so it's the average is lowering out. Okay, so let me check something. Okay, let me see what's coming along. It's about half done. So let's see what we got going on infrastructure wise. We have 1 out of 8 used. We don't have a lot of infrastructure starting off. That's the thing with California. Because we have the Sierra Nevadas for region trait. Where is it? Oh, they removed it. Huh. Oh no, it's this one. Maybe there used to be this. I don't remember. Maybe it's this. But yeah, one of the either way, there's a debuff to construction. So I was thinking that was industry. I think there used to be a thing where Sierra Nevadas gave a debuff to um, infrastructure, but maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of the Rockies as another nation. Okay. Okay. And as you can see, the literacy is pretty bad in all of the western United States. We're going to try and be an outlier in that region. Try and get our literacy up high so we can get caught up on tech. More similar along the lines of Europe and France and Britain, primarily. DC actually has the highest literacy in the game, I think. 74.3 versus Maine 56, 62 in London, 55 in Holland, and 58 in France, Paris, basically. In Sweden, Svealand, which is basically the Swedish capital region. You have 56. I don't know what it is in the rest of the world. Not as high. Um, wow, we got some regions, but yeah. Okay, so we can probably make it up pretty high. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's see how this does starting off. We can't build the sorry, change this feature. Okay, so we can't change that feature because we don't have tools. We don't have the, well, we could import tools. We likely would be fine off when it comes to gold or gold reserves and all that. We have a really fragile economy at the start of the game, so it's either, yeah. Now, okay, so we may need to build a couple cotton plantations um, in order for our construction sector, shipyards, and because I don't know if at the beginning of the game before these get ramped up in production right here, if if this will be enough cloth. So what we might want to do is 1 1 1 1, and then kind of like get these up to 100 eventually, but keep these at 1550 because they're whole unused arable land. Start of the game. Sorry, cider is a bit bubbly, but yeah. Um, got this shit up to 300 at the start of the game, so we have a lot of arable land resources, but we don't want it to all be one or the other. While that is the most profitable way of doing things, if you're a one state nation, which is completely doable in Victory, um, you'll be better off. Guess what? I think we're going to focus on getting our fertilizer manufacturing built. So before that, we need tools. Maybe we'll just import the tools. Well, no, because we need to be self-sufficient as this small ass country. Interesting fact is, in the modern day, California would be the ninth or eighth most prosperous economy. As much as you don't think that would be true, when you take, I don't know how they're calculating that, but you can tell it is true because if you go into the regions like the Bay Area, yes, there are plenty of homeless, but are there also massive industries and tech and um, same thing down here in LA. Businesses all over the place, warehouses. It's literally in a giant like city metro area, but also like you got like thousands of farm fields all over the valley, logging in the mountains, and up in here you got like redwood, which is like valuable, but they don't log it anymore. So, which is fine. You know, it's like you don't want to ruin that, but at the same time, like it does provide some economic benefit to the people of that region. But now they got tourism, which is you know, give me a minute. Tap out. Okay. Okay. So we almost got our livestock ranches done. Um, we may work on tooling workshops next. And well, okay. So the thing is, sometimes this can cause. Okay, what I'm about to do in the game, sometimes can cause their economy to crap out if people keep changing jobs, searching for something other than what they have now, which realistically is understandable. But also, it can improve the likelihood of obtaining immigrants, and that's what we need as a Western nation in the areas of the world that are kind of unpopulated. So, um, also in order to actually hold on, let's see if I can improve with the US yet. Yes, I can. That's good. So, okay, there we go. Cool. So I think I'm gonna improve with well, we're gonna try and keep relations high at all major nations, while slowly we may eventually move into the Pacific, but that's a possibility, probably a not very likely one. Um, we're gonna get rid of this to no colonization for now, and later on we're gonna get colonial resettlement once we get too high of a population. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna do this, and no, okay, so Okay, so maybe we'll swap back to proving with these two guys, then swap over to U.S. and Mexico simultaneously, and after that we're gonna work on Texas and Britain, trying maybe Britain and France if they're interested, but right now Britain's cautious about us, so we'll have to see if we can improve that by exporting to them. Once we get our infrastructure too low or like getting close to too low, what we'll do, enable this and build a port because we won't be able to build rails for a while, or maybe not a while, but not right away. So we're going to enable efficiency or whatever this is, encourage agricultural industry, and yeah. So we're getting close to. No, we're not. Okay, so we're going to try and get down to rails sooner rather than later because the thing about building rails versus building ports, building a rail is profitable and building a port is an expense. So we want to do this first rather than a port. So we're going to swap over to that, come back to this, or let it spread. Who knows? But we'll see what happens after this one. Then we'll swap over to military, Napoleonic warfare. I think we're going to work on just getting things up. Yeah, just kind of double up on the things that are spreading, just to get it sooner. Okay. I don't know why this is fucking taking so long to. That's weird. I think it doubled it up. The benefit of that. Okay, so we maxed out on relations for these guys. We'll improve with Russia now. Or actually, maybe Mexico, because apparently we're already improving with Russia. I forgot about that. Okay, so. Okay. So, what are our needs for our citizens? Um, Fish would be good for our. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. We also have basic food. Okay. So luxuries are fruit and okay. Oh yeah, this is where it is. For what this was. So staple goods. What we could produce is let's see, is there anything that would be profitable in the industry tab? Let's see. I think we're gonna work on a tooling workshop and yeah. Yeah, we're gonna work on a tooling workshop. We're gonna work on furniture and clothes factories as after our because really we need the tooling workshops in order to build our fertilizer factory later on and to make these more efficient. So because we won't be producing as much if we don't have this. Right now, I think what we're gonna do though is import tools. So we're gonna head here, and I think this time we'll import them from Mexico. We're gonna swap that out and swap this out for that. Although it looks like they're not making as much profit. We may have to. Oh, shoot. We'll see how things change. No, they're not gonna make profit because this is lower. It's more of these than these. That's how you can tell if it's gonna make profit typically. This is like a visual representation. So we're gonna take that off, and we're gonna take this off, and let's see if we can pop the profit up by swapping this over. Yes, we can, I think. Yes, that's 9, and this is 16, so that's about double. A little less. Okay, so we're keeping that at that. We don't have that many people employed here. Well, we don't have that many population here anyway, so yeah. Let me close out that YouTube video I was watching and pull up our live stream as a other tab. Oh shit! Close the live. Let me just make sure I didn't close the live. I know I'm still live, but I don't know if I'm still live. You know what I mean? Like, it's live on OBS, but is it still live if you close the window? That's what I don't know. I didn't mean to close it, but closed out the wrong window. So, let's see. Okay, give me a second. Okay, I think I'm still live. Yeah, I am. Cool. Okay, cool. It's still working. All right, cool. We're good. All right, let me pop this over to a different view panel. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Move that. All right, cool. What do we need for workforce here? All right, let's see what our migration attraction is. 71, 16, 73, 70. Oh, it's at 73 now that we built the. I don't know how that turned out from that to. I don't know why it's not showing, by the way. It should be green. Is that because we're not in that market? Or is that. Huh. Either way. Okay. It is like immensely cold in my house right now. There's freezing fog outside. Like you can't see more than like 3 freaking yards outside the window. It's crazy. I need to turn my heater on. Give me a minute. Okay, cool. Really, tools are their main industrial need in the early game, and we can kind of cycle them up, going back and forth between producing more tools from the logging camps and more tooling workshops from the. Well, I didn't mean producing. I mean essentially build one of these, then boost up the production of logging, then build one more level of tooling workshop, then another level of logging. And what that'll do is that'll kind of create a cycle of um, basically like boosting our production kind of like in a cyclical manner of like I don't know how you'd say it, like essentially like it'll kind of like snowball basically, you know? But yeah, so we're doing pretty good economically for how small of an economy we are. We do have a problem with population and that there's not enough of it. Our standard of living is pretty good. Most of our population is lower standard of living, or well, lower strata. Let's see. Yeah, we don't have a lot of cultural acceptance in our nation at the start. We're getting close to enacting some form of voting. So once we do that, we'll want to do. Let's see what else we can enact. We're front on that. We're front on this. Okay. I think it's the religious aspect of things that's causing a problem. But the good thing is we won't have any problem enacting a total separation or freedom of conscience because currently we have the church in charge at a minor percentage. But the reason it's such a minor percentage, don't know how they're still in charge, but um, the reason that's still in charge is our primary. It's a weird situation in California at the start of the game. It's mostly native tribes, um, so like Native Americans, and Hokan and Apache, I think. Let's see. Here we go. Um, Hokan, Mexican, and then let's see. Yeah. Okay. So we want religious acceptance, and that's really the main reason why on the society tab we have such low, um, so many pops and violent hostility status, which will move people up in these classes or to these classes. Right now we have no one here, but we have a small second class citizen. No, it's a weird thing. There's only second class. Oh, okay, full acceptance and violent hostility. The Who is this? So who are these people? Basically, that's what it's. It's basically the Mexicans or Mexican overlord type class, whatever people. I feel like I'm gonna get demonetized talking about just a game, but it's kind of stupid if it is. So we'll just talk about it anyway. Um, because it's just a game, so it's like it doesn't matter. Um, but essentially that's causing all these people here. Where is it? All of the what the fuck? I don't know why it does that. All the people who aren't. Yeah, it's basically the animists that are negative acceptance. Okay. All right. That's just a distraction as a small nation that really doesn't have major capacity as an economy. The one benefit that would be to sap population from those more populated regions that are colonizable to our territory. I've done that before and it worked pretty well. I'm not really promoting this that much, but um, if you need a car, I get a benefit and you get it cheaper if you. Oh, and not that you would choose it just because of this, but there's this one solar car that's essentially coming out later on um, in 26, 2026. Basically, it's at the base level, it's 400 miles of range and gives gets 40 miles a day solar charge, which realistically most people just drive like a couple 20 to 30 to work, and yeah, but who knows what the gas prices are gonna do? I mean, I live, Central Valley, but um, gas is still expensive here, so this is why I was considering this like solar charging car. It's kind of cool, but yeah. There's I leave the link in every. I just have it defaulted to set set my two sponsored links, Amazon, and on a larger scale, if you wanted to um get a new car, the Aptera, is what it's called. Um, Either of those if you're interested, but no pressure. Um, I just like the concept of the car, and basically it is a concept car. But yeah, that's why oh, I left on pause. Oops. Um, that's why I was mentioning it because I like the car, and it's in my description as a sponsored link. But yeah, also I was watching a video on it, but that's beside the point. Okay, let's get that back on. Cool. It looks like our literacy rate is slowly going up, so that's good. Um, Now what do we have technology coming to? Does lathe unlock the next level of tool production? I wonder. We'll see. That's water tube boiler. And tooling workshop, not enough workers. But the good thing about not enough workers and keep building jobs, you eventually get massive waves of migration because of the job availability. Especially if you do not end up taking up all your arable land and build in here and up here. And we're not going to do alliances. We're only going to do defensive pacts or guarantees because I don't want to be drawn into offensive wars. I'll only defend my allies. Um, I don't want to go in offensive wars, especially against Britain or people who tend to fight a lot of wars like Russia and Britain, France, and just, yeah. So, just curious what you guys think about the new update. I enjoy it a lot. I'm kind of confused on how where is it? This works or what the I'm just wondering like is this basically like so that you can oh, so that's good. Um that's actually really good. Is that basically the purpose of this to like figure out where you want to export your food to? That's what I want to know. Well, that's good. So that gives bonus to ranches and that's actually really good. Okay. In that case, what we're gonna do, we're gonna export one grain to. No, that's not profitable. Is there anything we can export that is profitable? What if we change the wood, the lumber mill over to hardwood production? Let's see. Let's see. Sawmill's no way to do that. Do hardwood. We're just gonna stick to wood for now. Later on, once we have more of a level of that, we'll do hardwood. But I wonder if there's a way where we can easily see where we can get investment rights. Okay. So I think we're gonna work on what's this? Well, these guys are good weakening anyway, but they're pretty much the main power in our political. Well, no, we'll try and boost our political power because then we can. We don't want that. We're gonna do this, and let's see what we need to do. What's our infrastructure looking like? Okay, let me see something. Balance +4. We're fine for now. Actually, you know what we'll do? Rather than that, since we're already working on lumber production, we're gonna build a cotton plantation and a shipyard. That way we can use the lumber that we're producing, not just in these tooling workshops, but also, let's see, maybe we'll. No, these are more profitable, so we'll do this first. We're gonna do 50-50, 100-100. But as I said, we don't want to keep that use up too much of this too early because it removes likelihood of migration attraction. But for now, we're fine with that. The South is pretty powerful in this game, in this campaign run. Unfortunately, we won't be able to take advantage of that. I was playing a campaign as Texas, and we were able to get all this, but I was gonna try and get some of this, like Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Texas, or possibly this, because we're in that campaign. We're hostile with both the U.S. and um, Mexico. But the good thing is we're independent, so we just obtained our independence in that run. That's a single player run I'm doing off camera on a different computer. But yeah, technically it's a Steam Deck, but I'm playing it on. But it's a side point. But All right, we're all researched up on everything. So I'm thinking now we're gonna switch back to. Oh no, that's spreading again. So we'll just pop on top of that. Try and speed it up a bit, unless it's set on it different than if I were to. Let's see, it's 11 to 17 months. Pop over on that for a second. I don't know. It's hard to tell. We're gonna keep researching that though, because really right now ag is our main portion of our economy, agriculture. And as I stated earlier, we're gonna have a problem with people swapping over to spread out among the different employment opportunities we're creating. But the good thing is that can it really your success as a California run is going to depend on if you can get immigration waves. We might be more likely to do that joining a wider market, so we'll improve with Britain or Russia. We could use actually hop in Russia's market for a while, decent while by joining their power block, and they would accept it. They have a lot of people with low standard of living, so maybe we will. Who knows? I think we'll do that just for a little bit, but we're not going to accept a subjugation or allow them to. We're going to request help from Britain or the US if they do that. An interesting thing is the Russians actually had colonies down here, like up along this river right here. Well, there's a river in real life that goes like kind of falls like this mountain and dumps out right here, called the Russian River, and it's called that because Russian fur trappers, basically from this thing, American company, uh, came all the way down here, trapping beavers and bears and all that, sending the pelts back to Europe where they were highly valued for clothes and stuff. But yeah, it's kind of cool fact. Now what can we do? Can we join the power block? Yes, but we probably gotta. I don't know why we can't do that. Should we stop improving and then they'll let us? Let's see. No. Oh, maybe we have to have higher relations. Oh, they have to have a higher leverage advantage. Does someone else have higher than us? Mexico, maybe? Who knows? We'll keep improving and try and get that a bit higher. I don't want it to be too high, but later on we'll leave their coalition thing, whatever you call it, power block. Maybe we'll not join anyone. I don't know. I don't really want to join them. I just want to get a guarantee of aid in a time of war. We'll host a bunch of embassies, just to have relations, but I don't think we're gonna accept anyone as our overlord, whatever you want to call it. Operation Overlord. Anyway, So our tooling workshop is finished, so that's good. Um, Probably tomorrow, since it's still a holiday for me and it's a weekend. And stock market's not open, which is like my main thing. I'm probably gonna hop on this. I would say probably AM around 9 o'clock, maybe 10. Round one, we'll switch over to 1 or 2. We'll switch over to Red Dead, play that for a bit, then I'll hop back on this once it gets to be the time where the hackers are on, or not hackers, but like Chinese people mic spamming and all that. Because they kind of are obnoxious. Because for one, they always mic spam, and two, they don't always mic spam, but they typically are using modder tools, which I find obnoxious and breaks immersion. I don't really care. It's just that it breaks immersion for me, and I'd rather not deal with that. So it's fine. But I think we're not gonna do that. We're gonna tier up these things, or not tier up, but like let them level up. Currently, this is the only employment we have where academics can get a job. So it's good that we have this. We started with some, and I think some have moved to the country. No, these are Mexicans. Do we have any other ethnicities from other parts of the world? Hokan Animus. Let's see. Laborers, Mexicans. Let's see what we have in our country. Who we have here. Um, just in general. I'm curious. Census data. Wow, that's odd. Shopkeepers. Fuck, I mean that. So the only shopkeepers we have are some Mexican people. Academics are all Mexican. Aristocrats, Mexican and Hokan. Clergy are Hokan. These are Animus. Clerks and farmers, we have some. Um, what can we do to improve these guys' standard of living? I think we maybe want to build a maybe a furniture factory, because we do have that wood and it's not going a lot of places other than, well, how much are we producing here? One, and that one is going here. So maybe what we'll do is just build this up. And because currently our migration attraction 85, that's due to available employment. And that's what I was mentioning in the Vic 3 campaign on Florida. So in that campaign, I was mentioning how um, you can get high um, migration attraction basically by boosting these things up, leaving this available, and because like by boosting the available employment, you're essentially like um, I don't know how to describe it, but basically you're making it more encouraging and likely to succeed for the immigrants who move here. So, for example, imagine you're moving to a country where there's very little employment available, or a country where there's a lot of open jobs, um, and a lot of farmland available for you to settle in? Which would you choose? For example, Nevada, that has no jobs, very little ranch land, and no infrastructure? Or would you choose, say you're an immigrant coming from, I don't know, Ireland or France or Spain? Um, would you choose Nevada or California, Utah or Texas? Like, these are two different like options that were you to choose the wrong one would kind of spell disaster for your family and its future. Now, say you chose California, you'd have the opportunity of working at a livestock ranch, which is apparently pretty productive, a wheat ranch or a wheat farm. Sorry. You could have a college education, um, and then get a job at a factory, which even if it's not perfect, you definitely would be better off than were you to go here. Um, Currently, does it have building anything here? We may try and get investment rights in Mexico, but before that, we're gonna work on building this up, or sorry, not building this up, but yeah, I guess so, because we want to build that and improve this on that. So change these out, build that, and yeah, what that'll do though, let's see. I'm kind of tired, guys. I might end it soon. Not immediately, but fairly soon. Also, I have family visiting, and I kind of want to hang out with my brother. Um, but he's out of the house right now, and his girlfriend are went thrift shopping or something. But yeah, so I'll end it soon, but not yet. Probably when they get back, I'll end it and then hang out and grab something to eat downstairs, leftover from Thanksgiving. We may want to build, possibly want to build more agriculture soon. Let's see what our lowest, um, basically our unemployed, or if there's any. Probably shouldn't be any unemployed, but unless they're like dependents. So yeah, that's that. But this is a lot of like kids and older people currently. Probably kids mostly though, because the game just started, and there's we haven't had any wars yet, so haven't had time for our citizens to get injured. Now let's see. What can we do to improve things for people? No, that's not going to be it, but we might want to do that later on anyway. So, I think before our bureaucracy gets out of hand because of population, we're gonna try and get this enacted, but we can't do that yet. So, I think we're gonna work on dedicated police force or possibly schooling. Probably do schooling. I'll get assimilation higher and education access will probably be up to 32. Yeah. So it'll be good to get that early on. 34, sorry. This would be 12, and that'll be up to 34. So that'll be good. And this is almost done. So once this is done next week, we'll be able to swap this over to the different production methods that are beneficial. And we may be able to get production up that way. Also by swapping this over to tooling. Now that we have a source of tools, as well as that on that. Oh no, we can't do that. Oh yeah, we can if we swap that from there and this to there. Now we're gonna try and go for barbed wire fences. Just slowly make things more efficient. So we'll build an iron mine, and that'll use these tools that are being produced, as well as we'll be able to use iron from the iron mine in order to make better tools. So we'll use iron for these right here. That'll double the efficiency, make more tools for the same level of fuck off, same level of thing workshop. Now let's see. This is much more efficient because they can sell this at a higher value. So let's see. Where the fuck are we getting sugar? Oh yeah, the farms. What did that do? Did that improve things at all? That improved the profitability of this, so that's good. Now they're making a profit, and the wages on this are pretty high. Oh, that's great. Okay, so we were flooding the market with tools unintentionally. Doing this just massively produced or increased the production of this and the profitability. Sorry. I need to keep in mind that the government dividends will go down. I forgot that last campaign. This is the first time I played in a while. They are diminishing returns, the government dividends. So obviously it pays out, but each, I think, I don't know if it's a month, it pays less or each whatever. But the good thing is it'll reinvest continually and go into the cash reserves of the building. Maybe it's per week, or that's just like the last week's whatever. The good thing is Mexico will always have a semi-large quantity of, sorry, not quantity, demand for wood because they don't have a lot of lumber in their territory. Four here, four here, couple here, one here, four here, three here. And I would say I'm choosing the lowest, but even the highest, which is Yucatan, 18, and we have 13. So that's like still obviously not as much as in the Yucatan, but we have the benefit of having this right here, which is good. So that's good. Um, is it doing that? And we are having a shortage of fertilizer. Um, this typically happens to me when we're having less of a production in this. So what we may do is swap that down on that, or and drop this on that. The problem is now we're probably producing less. But yeah, we'll do this only for a while, and only so we can get more population. So we'll probably get a lot of Russian, Ukrainian, and other regional immigrants from the Caucasus Steppe, or whatever this general region. So like whoever's here. We'll probably get a lot of immigrants soon. Let me see what our immigration laws are. Once this is, we'll work on this. Sorry, I'm just trying to rework things here to get this to be productive. So this is now producing 6 grain. One fertilizer is being input there. And this is okay, that's affordable for this. This is expensive. So this should be profitable now. Um Now if it's profitable, is this gonna be profitable also because it has this? Tools are cheap here, which is good. They're expensive worldwide, but they're cheap in our market. Actually, we may be better off building up the tooling workshop. Oh, we will be improving it at least once the iron mine is built. So that's good. Let's see what we can do. We don't have these anymore, so let's keep in mind that is a thing. Looks like we have drought in our region. Yeah, I know the look. Dry fields. Let's see. We're starting to have a loyalist problem. It's decreasing. I don't know if that's because this. I don't know why that is. I guess they're just moving, changing their loyalties. I guess I don't think. Oh no, it's because standard of living is dropping. Oh, it's because we joined this shit thing. It's fucking packed. Maybe. Huh. All right, guys. Once we get this enacted, I'm gonna take some consideration on how we want to go about this tomorrow. Because the problem with joining a pact like the power blocks, we won't be able to leave until just a month. I'm gonna request access over my own market, control over it. That is. Um. So, because I don't want to have to deal with Oh, and you know what? We are about to run out of infrastructure, so we are going to import engines from Britain as well as coal. Um, and we're gonna start. Maybe I don't know. Maybe we won't do tariffs. They're not really worth much, even if it was profitable. Um, we haven't unlocked rails yet, so I don't know what we're gonna do. We're gonna beeline down toward that, and once we unlock that, we're gonna. Well, for now, we can enable road maintenance to keep this up at a negative, at a not negative, but not positive. So neutral balance. And until then, what can we do? What I was gonna do is not anything with this thing, but with this, we will swap that over to that, which will increase the profitability of the iron mine. And from there, if we do that, we can so keep that on there. Swap this to, let's see. Once we unlock mechanical tools, we'll be able to change that over to slaughterhouses for the livestock ranch. And also, we could start considering paper production or fertilizer production. We'll have to see which one we do. We can build our fertilizer mill, though, so maybe we'll do that. Our fertilizer plant, that is. We may want to do something that might be more profitable, but none of them will show as being profitable before they're built. So we'll see. I think we are going to build fertilizer because I noticed that it is very hard to come by in the Russian market. Although, do we have? Oh, we have our own market. Okay, cool. The fuck? Did they get their independence? Oh, they did. Jeez. U.S. lost. Ohio! Of course, my dog's barking because it said Ohio. Or maybe my brother's home. Actually, if he's home, I'm gonna grab something to eat with them downstairs. I might just end the live here, guys. We are going to build our fertilizer factory, though. So first, we're going to build this. Actually, no, we're going to build that. Oh, that's not profitable. So in that case, we're going to. I just want to get our resource industries built up. So we're going to build this as a third food source. Because currently we have food security. We have good food security, decent enough, but with food, we have no source of that for um, for fish. We have 8% of the basic needs filled with meat. Most of it's just the diet of grain. We don't have a very balanced diet for our citizens. So what we may do is build up the ranches and the um, wheat farms enough to eventually be able to swap over to this and still have a profitable enterprise of ranching and farming. Let's see. What can we do? Yeah, we just want to build the fishing thing for now. Um, let's see what we can do here. We're gonna do that for now. The university isn't too needed yet. Um, our standard of living is slowly decreasing into a very bad condition. So we'll have to continue to. You know what that might be from? That might be from not having access to the Russian market and not having a port because of that. So if we build a port after our fishing is constructed, then from there we build. So we do have a source of cloth, right? No, we didn't build the cotton plantation, but we have the fabric from our ranches, so we can build um, that, then construct a cotton farm or whatever. Not cotton farm, whatever you want to call it, plantation, and a vineyard. So the vineyard and cotton, we'll probably sell the wine on the global market to whoever is the best export route. Maybe use that as a tariff thing to get this out. Everyone's fucking freaking out about tariffs IRL, but I don't know, they work for me in this. And even so, it's like, it's not just that they work. They don't work on a global scale if you're like a larger nation, but if you're playing a smaller nation like one of these ones or Cuba or someone with not a lot of um it's a good early game source of income at least. Later on you'll want to switch to free market to get the this and that and all that, but for now let's see. Staple goods. So we have a couple buy orders for clothes. We may want to construct a textile mill after we complete our naval industries by fishing the port and the shipyards. Um, do we want to build a military shipyard? This is a question. I think we do, and then we'll export them because that only takes iron, which we have some extra, but not enough extra. So we'll have to build a. Well, we don't. It's not using it all in the tool mill, so our tooling workshop. The lumber mill, though, doesn't produce enough. Well, it'll produce it, but not quick enough. So really, we just need more population, and we can fill out all these jobs that we have built up. So the problem is an early game kind of like crunch in population on like based on like how much you build and how fast you build it. If you build it too fast, you're gonna have a lot of kind of bumps in the road because you don't have enough. jobs, people to fill the jobs. Um, yeah, but that's the good thing about having high starting capacity for bureaucracy. You can import the flippers. We'll do that. And do we want to import? Maybe we will import some stuff for standard of living sake. So we'll import these from the British market. What else could we import? Let's see something. Okay, I'm gonna end the game, or not the game, but the live stream here. I had a good time today. I just want to hop off before everyone heads to bed for the night. Um, and also it's kind of cold in here. So I'm gonna go. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go downstairs and hang out with everyone. All right, peace out, guys. Hope you have a good Thanksgiving. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving, and hope you're having a good Black Friday or whatever it is now. Is it Friday or it's Saturday? Um, but yeah, peace out, everyone, and hope you had a good one. Bye.